City of Apache Junction City Council meeting of April 16th, 2024 to order, and ask everyone to put their cell phones on silent. The invocation will be led by Councilman Heck, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be Councilmember Nesser.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege of being able to gather together this evening to discuss city business. We ask that you give the staff and council wisdom and clarity in their decision-making. We ask you to watch over the men and women who serve in our military the world over. Please keep them safe in these turbulent times. We also ask for your blessing on our first responders, including our police and fire departments, along with our EMS personnel. Please keep these brave men and women safe in their duties to protect and care for the residents of this city. Thank you for the privilege and honor we have to serve the residents of this great city. These things we ask in your name.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Consent agenda. As a reminder, all items in the consent agenda will be approved with one motion. If a council member wishes to remove an item for further discussion, the request will be made prior to approving the consent agenda and will be moved to new business. Do I have a motion for consent agenda?
Can we do roll call first?
Roll call.
No, we don't have a,
You really want to know if we're here or not?
oh. I skipped right over it. I knew we were all here.
We've been
We
doing
are.
it.
All right, we'll back up and do the roll call.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Wilson,
I am here.
Vice Mayor Schroeder,
Present.
Councilmember Cross,
Here.
Councilmember Heck,
Here.
Councilmember Johnson,
Here.
Councilmember Nesser,
Present.
Councilmember Soller.
And I'm here too.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, now I need a motion for the consent agenda.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move the consent agenda be accepted and approved as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call.
Councilmember Soller,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser,
Yes.
Councilmember Cross,
Yes.
Councilmember Heck,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Proclamations. I have 4 proclamations, so I've kind of subdivided some of them out. First one's a proclamation designating the week of April 14th to April 20th as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Brian?
Mayor, National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, April 14th to April 20th, 2024. Whereas the community appreciates and recognizes first responders, police telecommunications officers who have impacted the lives of many, and whereas admire those who have dedicated their lives to helping others by answering the call every single day and bearing tremendous responsibility, frustration, tears, and smiles, one call at a time, making the world a better place. And whereas our police telecommunications officers are dedicated to meeting the demands placed upon them in our rapidly changing world, even if it means making personal sacrifices during these troubled times. And whereas police telecommunications officers are the behind-the-scenes heroes who make the difference in the lives of others. Now, therefore, on orders of Walter Chip Wilson, Mayor of the City of Apache Junction, Arizona, do hereby proclaim April 14th to April 20th, 2024 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. These are the people behind the scenes that help the officers get to the calls and ensure the timely response. So thank you very much for everything you do.
Okay.
Come on up.
Come on up and get it. Thank you very much.
Turn around.
Gotta get your picture. Mugshot.
True unsung heroes. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Get up there and say it.
start with that where you're at.
Thank you guys for all your support. The council's done a lot for us over this last year. Mayor, you guys, obviously our citizens every day, they help make these decisions easier for you guys, I think, sometimes. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, Professional Municipal Clerks Week, May 5th to May 11th. Whereas the Office of Municipal Clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exits throughout the world, throughout the world. Whereas municipal clerks have pledged to and ever mindful of their neutrality, impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the office of a municipal clerk provides professional link between citizens and the local government bodies, agencies, and government at other levels, and whereas municipal clerk continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and annual meetings of their state, county, international professional organization, and whereas it is important, appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of a municipal clerk. I therefore, Mayor Chip Wilson, City of Apache Junction, do hereby proclaim the week of May 5th to May 11th as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. Jennifer.
Smile.
So I can embarrass them just a little, because I never get to. Thank you, Your Honor, and City Council members for this proclamation this evening. The City Clerk's office used to be known as the Jack of all trades. Thank goodness we're not that too much anymore. What we love most about our jobs is the very thing that makes replacing the city clerk and their staff so difficult. It's the diversity, the challenges, and unpredictability that makes this office an interesting place to work. Municipal clerks and their staff work behind the scenes to make sure that local government runs smoothly. We are committed to open government and transparency, to excellence and professionalism by offering quality services to everyone we have contact with, whether they reside in the city or if they're in another state and give us a phone call. What we do is made easier due to the cooperative relationships we have with all of our city departments, so we are very fortunate in that respect, and that comes from the top down. It is the drive to make Apache Junction the place you want to call home, to stand out in service and activities, and is led by leadership actions and is supported by so many employees and its community members. Tonight, I would like to recognize those that were able to come tonight. This is Donna Scruggs. She is our business license coordinator, and her customer service is, let's just say, platinum. What's the highest you can go there? And Dana Tucker is our new records coordinator. So I enable my staff to take ownership of their jobs, and they very much do a very great job at that. So thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you all. National Arbor Day, April 26, 2024. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. Whereas trees can be the solution to combating climate change by reducing the loss of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, controlling the temperature, cleaning the air, producing life-giving oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. Whereas trees are renewable source, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees, where they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. I now for Chip Wilson, Mayor, City of Apache Junction, do hereby proclaim April 26, 2024 as National Arbor Day. Dave and Gerard.
Jared.
There are like two trees coming at us.
The mighty oaks.
The mighty oaks. They your bodyguards, Liz, or anything?
Yeah. Good bodyguard.
The bodyguards, I'm serious, man.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We are like trees, 'cause I do have them tattooed on my arm, so that's, you know. We just want to take a moment and just say thank you for the proclamation, and then also the chance to let you know that over the past 18 months, we as a department have been working on our application with Tree City USA, and we're just recently notified that our application has been approved, and we are officially a Tree City USA member. Liz and Jared were both at the state capitol earlier today where they got our plaque that recognizes us as a Tree City USA member, and then also some street signs and other insignia as well. So we're really excited about that. And what's best about that membership is that it's really a recognition of our commitment as a community in our urban canopy and our commitment to promote and maintain all of those trees throughout the city. I know our recreation department, or our recreation division has been and will continue to seek opportunities to educate citizens about the benefits of trees, just like they did at our recent Earth Day event that we had earlier this month, as well as all of our many other events throughout the year. Over on the park side, we're prioritizing things like Arbor certifications and trainings for our field staff. We're revising our tree inventory and maintenance program, and encouraging donations and creating opportunities to expand our existing tree canopy into the future at all of our parks, facilities, and city-maintained right-of-ways, so that all of our residents can enjoy the beauty and benefits that these great community assets provide throughout the year. Thanks again, and have a good evening.
Thank you, and
Good job.
I'll say we got to do one thing to keep the wind down to blowing them down.
Yeah.
Proclamation and dedication of the month of May as National Cities, Towns, and Villages Month. Robert.
National Cities, Towns, and Villages Month, May 2024. Whereas National League of Cities was founded in 1924 in Lawrence, Kansas, as the American Municipal Association by state municipal leagues seeking more coordination and national representations as cities, towns, and villages expanded rapidly. This is the oldest and largest organization representing municipal governments throughout the United States. And whereas the National League of Cities works in partnership with 49 state municipal leagues across the country to strengthen local leadership, drive innovation, influence, and federal policies that impact local programs and operations. And whereas Apache Junction is a proud member of the National League of Cities and has benefited from the organization's research, expertise, federal support, and opportunities to learn from other local governments. And whereas from the nation's smallest villages to its largest cities, America's local governments have been essential in transforming the United States of America into the most influential nation in world history. And whereas Apache Junction was first incorporated in 1978 and is proudly served today by the City Council and the municipal workforce of 415 dedicated public servants. Now therefore, on behalf of Mayor Chip Wilson, the City of Apache Junction, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as National Cities, Towns, and Villages Month.
I think Mr. Busby would be a great candidate.
Mr. Busby.
Come on.
Yeah, just hand it on over.
That's not going to happen.
To the slaughter.
Mr. Soup.
Sorry, Matt.
We should call him Mr. Soup.
want to say something? Okay. Regional intergovernment meeting updates from the council. Start over here.
Over here.
You want to say something?
You're gonna cover what we were at today, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, yes, Your Honor. I have two things. Last Thursday, the mayor and I attended the grand opening of the Agave Ridge Behavioral Health Hospital on Ellsworth Road in Mesa. It's a part of the Acadia Healthcare Corporation. It's a 100-bed inpatient hospital that serves adolescents 11 to 17 and adults 18 and older. And it serves folks with substance abuse issues as well as behavioral issues. And it's a very comprehensive treatment that they receive. I had the opportunity to speak with the CEO, and I asked the question, well, are you prepared to serve folks that live in Apache Junction? And her answer was absolutely yes. Matter of fact, I gave her my card. She's going to reach out to me, and then she wants to have the opportunity to have communication with our police department, our fire department, our EMS folks, to be able to establish that connection so that if there is an issue, they can help. They're 24-hour intake, so they will help in situations. So I know there's been concerns about we have too many behavioral health facilities here in Apache Junction. Well, this is a state-of-the-art hospital, not more than 20 minutes from here. So, and they're anxious to have a very good relationship with the city, and for that I'm grateful. And I think this will be an important connection for healthcare, and I even mentioned about the, getting in contact with our Horizon Health folks as well. And number two, this relates back to the Lost Dutchman days. And I hadn't mentioned it before, but I wanted to. And I wanted to shout out to our police department. On Saturday, I think it was, one of the horses belonging to one of the mounted rangers got loose, and it was tearing through the desert. Nobody obviously could keep up with it, and our police department tasked one of the drones to get up and follow. They figured out where the horse was, and they followed the horse all the way back to where it was a number of miles went by, and the horse, finally someone was able to stop the horse, I think, because he was just tired out. So they were able to stop him. But in the meantime, they were also able to get a patrol car to follow behind. So, and I thought, well, that was amazing, and I thank the police department. This is a very important horse, and we thank you for that. But I was reminded that it's one thing that we can track a runaway horse, but think what else can be done with these drones in terms of tracking maybe some lost individuals, children, or some, helping to prevent crime or tracking someone who's potentially committed a crime. It's amazing what it can do, and I think that technology will help us immensely. So thank you to you folks. We appreciate all that you do for us. Thank you. Okay.
Mayor,
Go ahead.
two things. I just want to say thank you for the Earth Day event. It was really a really good time. It was at 625 North Plaza Drive. I got to meet the master gardener, who happens to be the brother of one of our council members. Brother-in-law, I'm sorry. Brother-in-law, really nice guy, explained everything. It was really interesting. And a lot of kids were there, which is really nice to bring the youth on board about taking care of our earth. So that was really nice. Second, I wanted to thank the council, city manager, assistant city manager. I set up a real-time crime tour of the Mesa Real-Time Crime Center to give them the insight into what a real-time crime center does. It was really well-received by the city of Mesa, and I think everybody here really enjoyed it. And it's somewhere that's the future of law enforcement moving forward. So I really wanted to thank everybody for attending that.
Anyone else? Okay, I got a few. First off, I want to comment concerning the real-time crime center. It was very impressive in the aspect to see what was going on and how it has and how it's progressed in it. And for the ability to, I'm going to say, see what's going on and be able to, I'll say, look at a situation where something is happening or has just happened, where you can turn around and zoom in onto the area and determine, who's the person that is offending the actions, and be able to be there to, I'll say, prevent additional, I'll say, occurrences, and be able to send the officers right to the scene as quickly as possible, and they know where this person has gone to, and be able to direct it to them to go to where that person is versus going to, I'll say, the store or whatever that had the offense occur at, and trying to go from there, trying to find out where the individual is. This was something that was really impressive, I thought. Also on the ribbon cutting for the behavioral hospital, I too, I'll talk to the CEO of the facilities, and she said that she definitely wants to be involved with our community and to help us out and being involved, pretty much in the aspects of going through our police and assisting them in responses and everything. So look forward to working with them. This morning I was at the mayor's breakfast up in Scottsdale. This is the East Valley prayer breakfast for all the mayors of the East Valley. And we had really a fantastic day to start everything out. The weather was perfect, and if you notice, it's a beautiful, clear day, and it was wonderful. And some of the things that they were talking about was, this was at the Talking Stick Resort, the two different groups that are involved with, I'll say, people that have problems, I'll say learning difficulties and things along this line, and how we can work with them and use them and help them. And what the one group is called STARS, and they will take and actually help an individual to really assist them in their limited abilities to really work on that abilities to make them shine in that, and move them on to actually production, where like the one said is actually paying taxes versus being on the receiving end of our tax dollars. I personally have had a brother that was involved in this, and one of his jobs was to sit on an assembly line and watch bottles going down the assembly line and removing any bottles that did not have a properly installed label on it. And in talking to the management, they said when my brother was working, they had 0 bottles that would make it all the way through. And I looked at that assembly line, and after 3 minutes, I guarantee you, there'd be hundreds of bottles that I would have missed because you're just not that capable of concentrating, where he was using his ability to concentrate very well. Also went out to the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport to do a groundbreaking for energy groundbreaking. Here we're getting ready to toss the wonderful first shovel of dirt, and they ended up giving me one of the shovels, so I have another groundbreaking shovel that I have to add. But it was something that was really unique. This is a Canadian company that's coming here to Arizona. They're breaking ground right now. They are a, I would say, environmental control builders of, I'll say, air handler systems that are turning around and and we'll say, getting additional ways of taking and cooling the air and maintaining the air and keeping it clean. They've won the contract with the new LG facilities that's going in just south of us down here, because they have several clean rooms that they have to have, and they have won the contract with it. They're doing this without water, and actually at a less of an impact of electrical use as well. And so it is decreasing the, I'll say, impact on the electrical strain, as well as eliminating the use of water for cooling. And it is something that they're working on and have been successful in. And they're bringing their headquarters from Canada down here to, this is, at the airport on the east side. And they're starting to build, and they're going to be going, and be jobs of anywhere from 700 to 900 jobs going to be soon down there. So we were there to welcome them to our community. And that's all I have for that.
Mayor,
Yes.
to add to that, their full build-out, the building will be over 1 million square feet. So that's a lot of construction jobs as well, not just, permanent workers. So really interesting company, and we'll look forward to them being in the East Valley and supporting the economy here.
I got to talk to a couple of them that are moving down here from Canada, and I said, well, come to Apache Junction, and started telling them about it, and was talking to one of the individual's wife, and said that she says, I'd love to live in the country where I can have animals and have it. And I said, come to Apache Junction. We have it. So it was an opportunity to sell our community as well.
It's just a short drive.
Yeah, it is, real short.
Real short.
Okay. City Manager's report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bryant Powell, City Manager. For tonight, I'd just like to share one process improvement that our staff is working on, related and touching all of us, which is the effort we have to recruit, retain, and keep talented employees. In the Human Resources Department, we're upgrading our software. It's called NeoGov, and we're really excited about this because it's going to continue to help us be able to recruit and get the most talented that we can to our city. And it's a big part as a public service and what we do. It's all about getting great individuals that are dedicated to helping others around them. Also, this Saturday, if anybody wants to have some fun, this is going to be the 3rd annual Battle of the Badge, Fire District versus the PD. And I just want to go on record that we potentially have a real reason to protest, as the fire district has gone out early on our property, Prospector Park, earlier than they scheduled, right, Liz? 5 minutes earlier. So, and they've been practicing way too hard. They're 2-0, and they're bragging on us. And so, Assistant Chief Johnny John, you have my permission if they get a little too excited out there on Saturday. But really, it's a great time to see our public safety personnel having a great time. Mayor Wilson is planning on doing the first pitch, I think. I'd like to hustle out there and play a little bit, but not a lot, and see these great men and women have a great time and interact. For me, these events add a touch of not just class, but a touch of interaction that builds trust. That's essential in the social interaction, the social contract, if you will, between public safety personnel and our residents. Your Honor, that concludes my portion of my report. I'd like to turn it over to Eli, a couple items for the community.
Thank you, Bryant. Good evening, Mayor and City Council. We've got 4 updates tonight for the announcements, current events. One very important thing that's going on is a update to our downtown master plan, and we're kicking this off with an open house, if you will, on May 8th, which is a Wednesday at the Multi-Generational Center. We'll have our consultant that we're working with, Swabak, there present, and the room will be set up for a little bit of circulation on different topics. And the whole point, as you can see with the rabbit there in the graphic, is to collect as many thoughts and opinions as possible from the community so that we integrate that into the plan as we build it out. I know Pat Ainsworth, our Economic Development Director, is really excited about this. And this is that first chance to collect input and ensure that we're weaving that into the larger plan that we're creating. The next announcement I have is the celebration of Building Safety Month, which is going to take place on May 4th. It's here at the city campus. It's going to be just outside the library in that park. I didn't know about this until just a couple days ago, but it's pretty cool to see that they have all kinds of things planned on the topic of building safety. Stuff for the kids. There's going to be cartoon characters present, activities. There'll be some larger construction-related trucks and equipment. So this is looking like it's turning into a pretty big deal, and I think this is the first year they're doing it. So please come out and get some food and see what we're doing to promote building safety. And our next event is April Fool's Day. This is my first year in Apache Junction. I'm pretty sure we do this every year. This is in concert with Superstition Fire and Medical. When you show up, there is a education program at the beginning focused on water safety, and then everybody that participates in that gets a free wristband for a free swim afterwards. So a great way to kick off the year and remind everybody about water safety, which is one of the major risks for children. Last event, we do this quarterly free dump week from May 6th through 11th. If you want to get involved in this, there are some details to be aware of, so I'd advise you to go to our website and make sure you have everything in order. For instance, when you go with your trash to dump off, you have to prove your residency, so that's just a water bill or some other proof of residency, but it's definitely a great opportunity to take advantage of this and do a little spring cleaning. Lastly, forgot my slide, but if you're not signed up for the newsletter, take a minute and do that. We make sure we put a lot of work each week into finding things for the community that are going to be beneficial and keep people involved and prepared to engage with everything that we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, public hearings. Consideration of the Fifth Amendment to the Economic Development Agreement between the City of Apache Junction and Mo as owner of the Hitching Post.
Your Honor,
Bryant.
I will recuse myself due to my proximity to the subject property.
Okay.
Your Honor, I could kick this off. Yes, this is the public hearing for the Fifth Amendment, as you mentioned, between the City of Apache Junction and the Hitching Post. And over the last several months, you've been working with the Hitching Post on an agreement that would allow essentially the coordinated effort of Windsong. Tonight is an opportunity for the public hearing, and then staff recommends to the City Council, upon conclusion of that, we would recommend approval of the Fifth Amendment to this Economic Development Agreement. It's one you've been working on for some time. I'm here if there's any questions.
Any questions from council? No. Okay. I will now open the public hearing. There's a 5-minute time limit with a 1-minute warning you will hear. Please state your name and address for the record. Anyone like to speak on this? Since I see all kinds of movement, I will now close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Mayor,
Yes.
I move that the Fifth Amendment of the Economic Development Agreement with Mo is, as owner of the Hitching Post be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call?
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, we got no old business, no new business. No direction to staff. Say selection of meeting dates and times and locations for the budget work session, public hearing, and adoption of tentative and final budget for fiscal year 24-25. Who's going to start that one?
Matt, can you
Yeah.
pull this one
So,
up?
Mr. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, these are just our annual dates for the budget work session, the adoption of the tentative budget, which is also a public hearing, as well as the adoption of the final budget. This is how we've approached it for many, many years, and this is just your chance to set those dates. So we as staff bring forward those items at the appropriate times and do all the important checkboxes to get that budget adopted and sent off to the state as required by state statute.
So what dates we working on?
Your Honor,
It-
Yes.
You have a motion? You want-
Okay.
I'll make a motion if you want.
Okay.
I move that a budget work session be held at 7 PM on Monday, May 6th, 2024, in the City Council chambers, and that a public hearing and adoption of the tentative budget be held at a special City Council meeting as required by state law at 7 PM on Monday, May 20th, 2024, in the City Council chambers, and that a public hearing and adoption of the final budget be held at a special City Council meeting as required by law at 7 PM on Monday, June 17th, 2024, in the City Council chambers located at 300 East Superstition Boulevard be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Call to the public. I'd like to remind everyone the call to the public is a courtesy and not required by law. It's a time for the public to express requests, communication, comments, and suggestions. Requests to speak forms must have been completed and handed to the city clerk before the end of the city manager's report. All issues shall be presented in a professional manner without personal attacks. Under the open meeting law, the council cannot engage in discussion on issues presented, but may respond to criticism and may direct staff to follow up with the speaker directly or place the matter on a future agenda for council discussion. There's a 3-minute time limit for each speaker. And I've got I got 4. So, Mr. Schroeder.
George Schroeder, 2444 West Virginia Street, Apache Junction, Arizona. Missed me, did you? Went to the homeless meeting. Good to see a couple of our council people there. And a few county people. Very disturbing to me. I walk in at just after 9, whenever the meeting started. I sit down next to Terrell, a representative for mental health and homeless vets and all that. I sit down, and a woman that I've never probably said 3 words to in my whole life, a star former employee for Apache Junction, Heather Patel. I sit down, and she goes, "What are you doing here? This is not a public meeting. We don't need your F and BS here." Wow! Good morning to you, too. So, Mr. Terrell, he did it for me. I didn't say one word. Believe it or not, I didn't say one word. Terrell jumped her and said, "What are you doing? You can't do that here. If anybody's going to leave, it's you." He went up and told the lady. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the city that have the same attitude towards me. I'm told I bring it on myself. No, I don't bring it on myself. I'm you out here. I want a better city. I'm going to get it with or without your help. I've been doing it longer than, a very long time. I know how to do it. Now, I'm told, and glad to see Big Brother's in full swing now. Now you can see some of the crap that's hiding in our city. And it's been there for 35 years, as long as our director has been employed by the city. It's wrong. It's wrong to treat me like I'm the bad guy. I want to know where to sign up for the $300,000 free mobile home, which my neighbor got. Free electric, free AC, free everything, because she's less than capable of taking care of herself. Wow. Wow. How much did the city help her with that? I know you helped her with it. You had to. There's no way she could do it by herself. She's getting help from several different sources. I think she's getting help from the city too. It's wrong. All because you hate me. That's retarded.
Catherine Meek?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Catherine Meek, 1327 South Bel Air Road, here in Apache Junction. I just want to bring to your attention, this Friday is World Liver Day. People don't think too much about their livers until they stop working. And liver disease used to be, the old alcoholic had liver failure. What has been changing is our lifestyle. And now it's becoming an illness of the young and the middle-aged. Children, because of our diet, are getting liver disease and liver failure before they're old enough to drink alcohol. Studies have shown that high fructose corn syrup is as damaging to the liver as alcohol, which is kind of concerning because you don't see anybody sitting with a 40-ounce drink, down it without thinking, refill it, and keep drinking. Well, you do if it's a soda. And it's just something that I'd like y'all to think about because it is a very concerning thing between, yes, alcohol and drugs, prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs. Tylenol's been found to do a lot of damage along with all the NSAIDs. Our diet is awful for our liver. Focus on your healthy, unfried foods, and you're much safer and avoid all the sugary stuff. Diabetes, liver disease, kidney disease, heart disease, they're all part of the American diet these days. Just want to take a moment to remind you folks of that. Thank you.
Donna Carr?
Donna Carr, Apache Junction resident. I'm not done on the mental health places, and yes, there are too many, but the problem is you're putting them all in the same spot. When I got one that's going to be built 1,200 feet on one side of me, and one that you already gave the approval on 1,000 feet on the other side of me. Now, the thing is this. When the CEO of LaFontero asked about superstition and Delaware, he got the go-ahead as far as that's a good place to go ahead and put it. And he got this go-ahead several years ago. So the city already knew that he was going to build one there, and then you gave Axiom the right to turn theirs into a 3-story and 128 bed. So if you already knew where one was going and the other one was small, why did you allow that one to get bigger? And the 402 signatures, I handed them over to Chip Wilson, and I guess I was supposed to hand them over to the city clerk. So if you could please give them to her. Now, I also got another 387 signatures wanting to stop reclaimed water. Now, both the last signatures on the mental health place and this one is more what the people want. Is not just me, it's what the people want. Now, these signatures that I got came from about 3.5 neighborhoods, and that's it. So to get that many signatures in 3.5 neighborhoods, I'm pretty sure you know that you're getting a glimpse of what the people actually want here and not use reclaimed water coming out our faucets. Now, I get a little bit confused on some of the things that's told to me. First, I get told that reclaimed water is the sewer water that's going to come out our faucets after it's been, of course, treated and filtered. And then I get told, oh, well, you're on Arizona water. Oh, so you're just doing it to the city water? Oh, no. Next story is, oh, we're going to dump it into the wash. Okay, so I don't know where you guys stand on this whole reclaimed water thing and where it's actually going, but I did get 387 signatures saying that we don't want it. So I'm going to hand those over to the city clerk. Thank you.
Andre Meek.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Andre Meek, 1327 South Bel Air, here in AJ. You know, I didn't think my wife would come to the council to get me to change my diet. She's been saying, son of a gun. But anyway, I want the city to do everything possible on the Globe chamomile issue. Last year was bad, this year's 10 times worse. I've got an alley behind my house that was overgrown last year, and this year it's even twice as thick. And it isn't a through alley. It's just like the alley entrance is one house long, and then the rest of the yards have been, or the rest of the alley has been taken over by yards all the way down. But just that little patch is enough to seed 20 acres, the way those seeds are. And so, I don't know if the city has an active program where they're attacking this. Spraying doesn't help. All it does is, it'll kill it then, and you go back a week later, it's right back again. So it's manual labor, and that's what I've been doing. My wife and I have been working on the yard for a month now, just on our yard, trying to control it. And but we need a real concerted effort, and basically some kind of program letting people know, hey, get it out of your yard, because there's all kinds of front yards right here in my neighborhood that just are covered with it. So that's my big thing. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any good discussion from council?
No, other than he's absolutely right about the weeds. And it's not just a city issue, it's a Maricopa County, Pinal County have it the worst in the state. I know Pima County is actively working very, very hard to eradicate it. But it's going to take a statewide effort to slow it down. I see in 10 years the entire Superstition Wilderness being covered in it. So it's a hard one. I don't know what they're going to do. Because like you said, you spray it and you kill the plant that's there, and one more rain and 10 more seeds pop and come up. So.
All right. I'll adjourn. Thank you.